finally, it's about that time. Let's take a look at Tone, everyone's best girl for Titanfall 2. So, you saw me use the battery backup ability to start off with right there. That is one of the boosts available for you as a pilot. So you get, I think it's like 70 or 80% of your Titan timer charge, and you have a battery made available to you, so you can press your boost button and you drop a battery at your feet that you can then pick up and use in your Titan or in somebody else's Titan, whichever you may choose. It's just the standard battery, you just drop one. Very, very cool ability. I enjoyed it quite a lot because I generally enjoy the Titan play and trying to make my Titans last as long as possible. So it was a very, very good choice and boost for me. We're going to be playing mostly defense with Tone so far in this video. Of all the video footage that I got with Tone that I was allowed to take home with me, this is definitely the best of it. This is the cream of the crop for a couple of reasons. I don't think I had any goosers in these clips, but rest assured I have a gorillion of them from the time that I did play with Tone. Goosers felt even easier than they did in Titanfall 1 just because ejection heights are so much lower. Pilot speeds, while still very, very fast, are still, you know, slowed down a hair. In addition to all of that, we also have to note that projectiles this time around have some size to them, right? They're not like just little pinpricks that you're shooting out that you have to hit people with. They have volume, they have size. Kind of think of Overwatch, if you have played Overwatch at all, and how Hanzo's arrows for a little while there were just gigantic and would shoot people around corners when you literally couldn't see them around the corner and you could still shoot them. And like people would liken them to like shooting trucks, you know, because they were just so big. Titanfall projectiles are similar. They're not trucks, you know, they're not ridiculous, but they are bigger this time around. So it makes using weapons like the 40mm cannon easier. It makes using weapons like the L-Star possible just to begin with. So that's just a general system change that that you guys should be made aware of, and it is very, very, very obvious and apparent with Tone. The 40mm cannon needs absolutely no introduction. If you've played Titanfall 1, you know exactly what this gun is capable of, and if you've not played Titanfall 1, I very strongly recommend you look at any competitive gameplay of Titanfall or any 40mm montage from Titanfall 1, and you will see exactly what the weapon is capable of, you know, what exactly you're dealing with here. So this has 4 fewer rounds in magazine than previously. It feels like the rate of fire might be slightly faster, but that might be placebo with just brand new sound effects and a brand new game. But it's capable of doing very, very high DPS, just like the first game. Generally, the idea is with this Titan, and you don't see me putting this into practice here for shame, is that your maximum DPS, actually, if you're able to hit, you know, all 3 shots on your 40mm in a row and then shoot your rockets and just alternate between those. The only way to get higher DPS with Tone is to not shoot the rockets and to have all of your 40mm shots be crits, or at least nearly all of them. If you're not getting like more than 50% critical hit ratio with your 40mm, you're better off just to continuously use those rockets over and over. There is a kit that you can choose that makes you shoot extra rockets from your rocket salvo. There is also a kit that you can choose that makes it so when you get a critical hit with the 40mm cannon, it acquires 2 locks instead of 1. A lot of the developers were swearing by that one. I was using a kit that made it so when I use the radar pulse ability, after a short delay, it will pulse a second time, so you do get 2 pings from that, in addition to also getting the increased, you know, wall hacks, basically. So, seems like a really, really good choice, for me anyways, but, you know, that's kind of more for the informational aspects, right? You get more information while still getting locks, whereas with the critical hit perk, well, not perk, Titan kit, I should say, you can just straight up shoot more rockets more frequently, so there's that as well. As you can see here, using the rocket salvo core ability, firing it up into the air, so I can fire it from behind cover, from where I can't be seen, I can't be shot at, I can't be punished, I can safely shoot it, and then rain it down from above on top of people. Again, you see me use it like right away again here because I'm able to charge this core ability up so fast, and it's just death from above. The developers actually seem very intrigued by my usage of the rocket core in this way. It's not that it wasn't intended or anything, but it's just not something that a lot of the developers and the QA people have really been doing. They've mostly been using direct fire, or you know, a little less indirect than what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, it was a whole lot of fun to use the rocket core in that way. It felt like very powerful to me. I was able to catch people off guard and just completely kill them instead of them seeing the rocket core and then being able to disengage and eject from their Titan so they don't insta-die. Like, this was just insta-killing them fairly often, and it felt pretty good whenever it worked. But anyways, yeah, I guess I'll just pretty much leave it with that. Particle Wall is Particle Wall. It's destructible this time around. It doesn't have too much health that it's like ridiculous, but if you're in a one-on-one against Tone, I wouldn't recommend trying to power through the Particle Wall and killing Tone behind it. That seems like a really bad idea. But if you have 2 Titans, you have enough firepower and enough rounds in magazine, like the more important part, where you can power through that thing fast enough to just kill the Tone behind it as well. So that's just one interesting note about it. The rocket salvo, the lock-on rockets you've seen me using have no cooldown, no recharge time. You just use them as fast as you are able to get your 3 locks. And yeah, very powerful Titan, dismantles enemy pilots like crazy. It's a hell of a lot of fun to play as. This is going to be a very popular Titan on PC. Just look forward to it, guys. With that said, thanks for watching. Appreciate it very much. Hope you guys learned something new and enjoyed the gameplay. And we will see you next time. Peace.